What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Roman Reigns can refuse to work a program with Bray Wyatt, Goldberg is a free agent, Dominik Mysterio working blind, WWE pulls a superstar from an indie show, Lana is raking in more dough than she did with WWE, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, WrestleMania Shorts. And now let's do the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at, can Roman Reigns refuse a program with Bray Wyatt? Atop of today's news, Bray Wyatt is back in WWE and fans are already asking how long until he crosses paths with the undisputed champion Roman Reigns. According to Dave Meltzer, the two may never step into the ring against each other. During a recent Wrestling Observer Radio, Meltzer discussed the conventional wisdom that it's difficult for a wrestler to look good after working a program against Wyatt, at least since he adopted his Fiend character. Everybody who works with Bray Wyatt, very few of them come out looking better. Do they go with him and Roman? I could see Roman wanting nothing to do with this guy. If it's not being built for Roman, then he's got a limit to how far he can go. If Roman doesn't agree to work with him, obviously Roman's in a completely different place right now with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. If history is any indicator, the Fiend or whatever persona Wyatt adopts in his current run doesn't need a title to get over. Wyatt is a 3-time world champion and has that to bolster his already impressive credentials. One of the biggest unanswered questions is how Wyatt will be portrayed in the ring, i.e. will he be the unstoppable monster that he was depicted as during his run as the Fiend, or will he portray a wrestler who can be defeated? Another run as an unstoppable monster would be a bad move for both Wyatt and his opponents, unless Wyatt uses the Fiend sparingly, much as Finn Balor does with his demon persona, which has been defeated in the past. Currently, fans have no idea what the WWE intends to do with Wyatt, as he's taken its time developing his character since his return at Extreme Rules, and there's no telling when he'll step into the ring. While there could be concern that Wyatt would hurt Roman's character, we think Roman could do more harm to Wyatt. After all, think of any Reigns' opponents and ask who's received the rub from losing to the Tribal Chief. Wyatt has nothing to gain from wrestling Reigns as long as the WWE continues to push him as a juggernaut who crushes every opponent. Next up, Goldberg a free agent. What's going on with Bill Goldberg? Well, that's the question fans are asking after rumors surfaced that the Hall of Famer signed a new deal with the WWE. However, according to Fightful Select, that's not the case. Last week, rumors circulated that Goldberg had signed a new WWE contract that would see him with a 2-year deal with 5 matches guaranteed and 3 matches to be against new talent that he hasn't faced. In addition, the report stated the shows will be mainly Saudi WrestleMania matches. However, those close to him say not so fast. Specifically, they said that would be news to his reps that negotiate those kinds of deals. If Dollar Bill's WWE expires, fans will be eager to see how much excitement the Hall of Famer's free agency garners. Despite some fans' disappointment that Goldberg still wrestles, Goldberg's value is undeniable in limited doses. The WWE seems to have found a niche for him at events such as its Saudi Arabia Super Shows, but as for Goldberg signing elsewhere, it's unknown if other promotions will be willing to pay him as much as the WWE. As AEW has shown with Sting, there's plenty of room for nostalgia acts, especially if their appearances are limited to keeping them special. Next up, a major match booked for Raw. Fans of Bayley and Becky Lynch are in for a treat tonight as the two main eventers are scheduled for a one-on-one clash on the 19th December edition of Raw. Believe it or not, this is Lynch's first singles match since she injured her shoulder at SummerSlam against Bianca Belair. Lynch has been battling with damage control ever since she returned from the storyline injury inflicted on her, and now she gets her chance to take out the group's leader. This should be a great match as the two haven't clashed in years. Fightful commented that the last time the two battled was 30th April 2019. Tonight's Raw also has a winner-takes-all ladder match between The Miz and Dexter Lumis, with The Miz looking to get back the money he owes Lumis. As always, check out our website for any breaking news on the Red Brand tonight. Next up, Dominik Mysterio working blind. Reports are coming in that the Judgment Day's Dominik Mysterio is still selling being blinded by Asuka's green mist on the 12th December Raw. You may recall Asuka misted Dom after he interfered in the Empress of Tomorrow's big bout against Rhea Ripley. A report from Sportskeeda mentioned Dom appeared at a live event in Rochester, Minnesota alongside his Judgment Day teammates. Fans noticed that Dominik Mysterio was wearing sunglasses while making his entrance and was having trouble walking without assistance. Finn Balor secured Dominik's hand during the entrance and assisted him in making his way down to the ring. Talk about selling an angle. Dominik has excelled as a chicken shit heel ever since he joined the Judgment Day, and we can only imagine how much he'll milk this injury long after he's recovered. Next up, WWE's plans for post-Christmas Raw. Does the WWE have any big plans for the post-Christmas edition of Raw? Well, not according to Dave Meltzer, who brought up the 26th December episode of Raw during an episode of the Wrestling Observer Radio. By the way, tomorrow, for the Raw, it's only a single taping from what I was told. 2 weeks ago, they were considering doing a double taping, or it would be a single taping and a best-of show on the 26th, because they're not taping on the 26th. Ringside News noted, the WWE has a live event scheduled for Madison Square Garden on 26 December. No word on why the WWE didn't make the 26 December live event into an episode of Raw. No wonder on how the executives at USA Network feel about the WWE doing a best-of show when SmackDown's last show of 2022 has a huge John Cena and Kevin Owens vs Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn match. Next up, Kurt Angle health update. It's good news for Kurt Angle as he seems to have found relief for the back pain that affected him during and after his pro wrestling career. Angle tweeted an update from the hospital informing his fans, "Got my back injections this week." Wrestling's Olympic hero has a plethora of injuries including well-documented head and neck issues as well as knee problems. Angle underwent double knee replacement surgery earlier this year and last September revealed on his podcast that he's experiencing problems from the concussions he suffered. I would say I probably had 4 concussions that I know of major. One was a slight concussion that wasn't too bad. The other 3 were pretty bad, but even to this day, I'm starting not to remember things, and I'm only in my early 50s, but I've gotten a little damage to my brain. There's no doubt about it. My memories are not that great anymore. I really have to think hard about remembering the past. As bad as Angle's injuries are, we can only imagine the long-term consequences wrestlers such as Darby Allin and Jeff Hardy will experience as they grow older. As entertaining as a Daredevil style is for fans, there's something to be said for protecting your long-term health. Is there a happy medium wrestlers can meet where they can entertain the fans without worrying about ending up in a wheelchair? Next up, WWE pulls a superstar from an indie show. It looks like Hall of Famer Devon Dudley's efforts to appear alongside former tag team partner Bubba Ray Dudley at the Battleground Championship Wrestling indie event was nixed by the WWE. According to PW Insider's Mike Johnson, WWE pulled Hall of Famer and NXT coach Devon Dudley from the Battleground Championship Wrestling event over the weekend at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Devon has been slated to appear at the convention preceding the show and then in Bully Ray Bubba Ray Dudley in his match that night against Matt Cardona. Johnson noted the WWE sent the promotion a legal letter about its tribute to the Extreme, noting it owns the intellectual property to ECW. Johnson added Devon was then pulled from the show despite, according to the promotion, personally reaching out to WWE Chief Content Officer Paul Levesque to get the edict reversed, which was not successful. Next up, Arn Anderson announces retirement is nearing. Arn Anderson is letting his fans know his days in AEW are coming to an end, and while it won't be in the immediate future, he knows when it will happen. Speaking on his podcast, the founding member of the Four Horsemen commented on his future and that of his son wrestler Brock Anderson, noting he'll retire when his AEW deal expires. With AEW, I'm still under contract for about a year and a half, Brock about 6 months. We just don't have enough segments of television to get everybody on there every week. Although Brock hasn't been able to wrestle as many matches as he liked, Arn noted that Brock has a good mentor in Jon Moxley. I know Moxley has taken an interest in him. A couple of days of TV got him in the ring in front of some of the other young boys and wrestled them around a little bit. I think a lot of people see potential in Brock, but he's still in that stage where he's still very green. Arn Anderson had a high-profile spot as Cody Rhodes' coach, but seems to have disappeared since Cody left AEW for WWE. And finally, Lana raking in the dough. Last but not least, it turns out that Mandy Rose isn't the only wrestler raking it in the dough from fan-based subscription services. Fightful Select is reporting that CJ Perry is making more money from her Brand Army account than she did during her best year in WWE. Congrats to her. But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.